ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। I will repeat this Bhagavad Gita verse. Vishayendriya samyogaat yattadagre amritopamam pariname vishamiva tatsukam rajasamsmritam. Three devotees can recite, three of you. Vishayendriya samyogaat yattadagre amritopamam pariname vishamiva tatsukam rajasamsmritam. Vishayendriya samyogaat yattadagre amritopamam pariname vishamiva tatsukam rajasamsmritam. One more. Vishayendriya samyogaat yattadagre amritopamam pariname vishamiva tatsukam rajasamsmritam. Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Vishayendriya samyogaat yattadagre amritopamam pariname vishamiva tatsukam rajasamsmritam. Vishaya of the objects of the senses, Indriya and the senses, Samyogat from the combination, Yat which, Tat that, Agre in the beginning, Amrita Upamam just like nectar, Pariname at the end, Vishamiva like poison, Tat that, Sukham happiness, Rajasam in the mode of passion, Smritam is considered. So please read this translation. Who has a mic with you? One more mic. Read the
That happiness which is derived from the contact of the senses with their objects and which appears like nectar at the first but but poison at the end is said to be of the nature of passion.
Yeah. So passionate pleasures, they give a kick or a enjoyment in the beginning, but subsequently they become like poison. For example, some boy is studying for the exam. He feels I'm feeling too much tension, so he take a cigarette. So he is relieved of the tension because when this is like a stimulant. Huh? It stimulates the nerves and stretches the nerves and makes you feel like a hero. Huh? When one smokes a cigarette, boom, it takes you like that. But after some time, it brings you down, down, down. Not here, it brings you here. Now he feels, what do you call it? Depression. He will do. So he is wondering, oh, I was earlier little feeling bad. Now I'm feeling too much bad. So let me take one more cigarette. It takes. Boom, again, it takes him up. Then it brings him down, down, down. Not here, here. Now it has become double almost. I'm feeling too much depressed. Then one packet cigarette he takes. Boom, goes up. Then brings down, down, down. Not here, but here. And that is how a smoker becomes a chain smoker. That's what Krishna is telling. Initially, it gives you that thrill. Huh? Then it takes you up. You will feel like flying in the sky. Similarly, a drunkard also, when he drinks, ah, like that he speaks like that. Oh, go now, idhar, marunga. One small boy hits him, he'll fall down. He has no strength, but the stimulant makes him feel he is very strong. That feeling strong is only his imagination. He's actually not strong. But the stimulant is stimulating the nerves to making him. And the same thing, it gives a kick, but after it wears down, it brings him to depression. And then more going up, more depression, more going up, he goes practically mad. Then life is like poison. That's what Krishna is telling him. One example Prabhupada is giving here. Read this purport, Prabhupada. Purport, Srila
But
Prabhupada ki. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
A young man and a young woman meet, and the senses drive the young man to see her, to touch her, and to have sexual intercourse. In the beginning, this may be very pleasing to the senses, but at the end or after some time, it becomes just like poison.
So boys say, hey, why you guys, Hare Krishna guys, you are not keeping boyfriend, girlfriend? It's a very enjoyable thing. Huh? You can roam with her, go to movie, go to party. Initially, you just go to movie party, then you can pinch her, you can kiss her, you can embrace her, you can even have sex also. It's fun, yeah. Come on, we are doing this. And our devotees will think, my Lord, we are deprived of this wonderful opportunity. Huh? They think like that. They look at our other friends are doing, and we are not allowed to do. We think because they are getting instant pleasure by that. Correct or not? They're getting a pleasure. But here he says, but at the end or after some time, it becomes just like poison. Why? You can read that.
They are separated, or there is divorce, there is lamentation, there is sorrow,
Yeah.
etc.
Now, why are they separated? Because the boy thought of the girl to be a sex machine. Huh? But if he has sex with her, baby will come. When baby comes, they have to abort. Because both parents will ask, why, how did the baby come? Huh? They are accountable to society. So the activities of illicit sex are private, but the consequences are public. Baby is public or private? Public. But illicit sex is public or private? You understood, no? So they may privately indulge. Girl covers her face, dress everything while going in the bike, tightly embracing a boy. Now we'll go to a private place, go to some forest, they go to some garden, go behind the bushes, kiss, embrace, do whatever you want, strip off all the clothes and do all nonsense, they will do it. But that is private. But when baby pops up, it comes. That is public or private? Uh, then they have to go to a hospital and then they have to abort the child. The next life, they will be aborted also. Correct, no? So the terrible sin will come. And parents come to know there will be a very big consequence. This is one problem. Another problem is now a girl who is loose in character, she indulges with one boy, and then after some time, she becomes interested in another boy. So she keeps hopping and jumping. There are many loose girls nowadays. They move from, because whichever boy gives a lot of money, facilities, she goes there. Correct, no? She demands also, give me this, give me that. And when she leaves one boy and goes to another boy, this boy, originally who was connected to her, he wants her, but now she is no more available for him. Then what happens? Huh? Nothing happens. He will leave her. Okay, you want to go, you go. You leave. Huh? Depression. Why he feels depression? Attachment comes. Once he connects with her, the attachment develops. But is she attached to him? No. She's attached to his pocket. Oh, your pocket is खाली ना? चला जा. कुछ काम का नहीं है. And then she goes to another boy who is having money. Then she goes there. But this boy is still having attachment. Hey, please look at me. I gave you so much. Huh? But she says, get lost, you rascal. You have no money, get lost. Huh? So because of the attachment, the boy, when he opens the book, he looks at only her face only. He is not able to study. So then academics goes down, and Papa comes, hey, rascal, what did you do? Why you getting poor marks? Now no good marks, no good certificate, no job. Then he commits suicide sometimes. A boy repeatedly thinking after she cheated me, broken love, then they jump off from a building. So many times boys write chits and they jump off, and girl doesn't care a fig. She says, "You jump off. That's your problem. I will go with another boy who can give me more." Yeah. That's what he's saying. Eventually, it turns like poison. He says they are separated. Read further.
Such
Uh,
happiness is always in the mode of passion. Happiness derived from the combination of senses and the sense objects is always a cause of distress and should be avoided by all means.
yeah. So what devotees do? Devotees don't see what is the initial experience. They don't see. They see what will be the subsequent consequences. That devotees will see. Devotees don't go by the instant thrills and pleasures. They know very well that, okay, now it is, like Prabhupada was telling, imagine there is a cabaret dance going on, naked dance. A woman is doing naked dance in a beer bar. Anybody can go in. Dim light is but but she's dancing. And boy, people are drinking liquor and watching her. You can go in. Only thing is, when you come out, they will shoot you. Huh? You will be allowed to go in. When you come back, there are criminals who will shoot you when you come out. So, is it good idea to go in or not? No, because while you can go in, you can watch the naked dance, but when you come out, you lose your life. So, any intelligent person will say that I don't want to lose my life, so I will not enter into this deal at all. Correct now? Because why they do this? And I'm not just telling stories. There are places like this. A man with a lot of money in his pocket goes. When he goes, and the cabaret dancing girl, naked woman, she will give him a kiss and empty his pocket. Yeah. And Malik will come and he will empty the other pocket. They will strip him of all the money, all the cards, what do you call that? ATM card, all the cards, everything, credit card, everything. When he comes out, they'll finish him, blow him up, and they'll put his body in a wagon and send it away. So any intelligent person knows that this kind of thing is happening in this hotel. Will he go inside? But only a fool will say that, hey, I will get to see a naked dance. I want to go in. So, but intelligent person should think about that. What should he think? Long-term consequences. That so whether it is smoking, drinking, drug, or woman contact, all these things come in same category. So that's initially it is like nectar, but subsequently turns into poison. Like that he says, yeah. So one time a man committed some blunder, and the government people, police caught him, and the police said that, see, you have three punishments. You can decide which one you want to take. Either you will be beaten by danda 50 times, or uh, you have to pay 50,000 rupees. Fine. Or we will give you 5 kilo ghee to drink. So which one you prefer? Which one looked attractive for the man? He said, really? 5 kilo ghee, I have to pay something? Yeah, they said, nothing, you don't have to pay. You just have to drink 5 kilo ghee, that's all, they said. So out of the three, what punishment he preferred? Yeah. He said, wonderful, I'll get strong also. But drinking ghee, allow, no problem. They brought 5 kilos of ghee. Now, little, he took in a glass and started drinking. By the time he drank half a kilo ghee, he started getting ulting. Huh? He was not feeling comfortable. It was coming. Nauseatic. Huh? So the man said, can I take it home? थोड़ा cooking करके खाएंगे. He said, नहीं. सब कुछ अभी हमारे सामने आमने सामने खत्म करना पड़ेगा आपको. You have to finish it. That is the condition. And if you cannot fulfill this, then you have two other opportunities. Either you have to pay 50,000 rupees or get beating how many times? 3 times. He said, hey, 50,000 and I cannot give it. Too much it is. Better you beat and finish the deal and allow me to go home. I will go and take rest after going home, he said. Then they took the stake. Part. They beat him. After 10 beatings, hey, chod do. He was crying. They said, 40 more are pending. He said, no. Then they have to pay 50,000. He said, hey, that is too much. And already the skin started coming out. Already it was reddish and everything. So the man finally decided a little by little pay off 50,000, he said. Now, what is the moral of the story? In this world, the sense gratification on the surface appears like 5 kilo ghee. It is very appealing, attractive when you look at it from a distance. Like you see, do you like a dark red apple or a yellow green apple? People will buy which apple they'll buy? Dark red. But when you go home and eat it, chava, it's like saw powder because it is hybrid apple. Only the skin they have given dark color. Inside there is no stuff. And that green yellow apple, that's a real apple. Correct, no? That's a real apple, but many don't buy that because they don't know the value of that. Similarly, who looks beautiful? Wife looks beautiful or prostitute looks beautiful? Prostitute dresses herself, correct, no? Sometimes in the toll naaka and all you see, they artificially dress. They put all kind of cosmetics and makeups and everything in the body, wear different style of dress. Basically, they want to attract the lorry drivers, other people, correct, no? And then they want to get some money. Some of them are eunuchs also, some of them. Some of them are eunuchs and some of them are women. So, a prostitute looks attractive, but can a man live with a prostitute in a stable manner? Can he have a stable family? Today she'll be with you, tomorrow she'll go with somebody else. Whereas Gunavati, Dharma Patni, she will give emotional and physical support to a man whole life. So, which is intelligence? To marry a Dharma Patni is good, or to hang around with different prostitutes is good. Correct, no? Yeah, isn't it? So, but out of the two, people feel who is attractive? Prostitute is attractive, correct? It's like a dark red apple, correct, no? So, in the same manner, in this world, all that is originally good for us, initially they will not be very appealing. But that which is dangerous for us will be very appealing. Putna, was she dangerous or attractive in the beginning? My Lord, she was like Lakshmi when she came. When she arrived at Vrindavan, I will show you. She was a demon only, but how she modified herself. Sound is not coming. Huh? Better?
कि पिछले 10 दिनों में जन्मे सभी बच्चों को मार दो ताकि यदि मेरा काल जीवित है तो उनमें वो भी मारा जाए।
जो पूतना को अच्छी तरह नहीं जानता वही उसे ऐसा दुष्कर्म करने का आदेश देता है। क्योंकि पूतना तो स्वयं ऐसे कर्मों को करने की प्रतीक्षा में रहती है।
सुनो तो, क्या तुमने यशोदा और नंद के बेटे को देखा?
कृष्णा कितना सुंदर है।
हाँ, बड़ा ही अद्भुत है। उसे देखकर मैं ऐसी मोहित हुई कि सुध-बुद्धि खो बैठी।
इतना नन्हा सा है और आंखों में ऐसा आकर्षण। कृष्ण सच में बड़ा अद्भुत है।
कृष्णा अद्भुत? यही होगा वो। परंतु यदि सच में वो इतना शक्तिशाली है तो अवश्य ही घातक भी होगा। मुझे पूरी तैयारी से जाना होगा। हाँ, मुझे तुम्हारे ही विष की आवश्यकता है। कंस का काल अब स्वयं ही काल को प्राप्त होगा जब मैं उसे पिलाऊंगी अपना विषैला दूध। ये गांववासी किसी राक्षसी को अपने प्रिय बालक के पास जाते देख अवश्य आक्रमण करेंगे। परंतु यदि कोई सुंदर महिला वहां जाए तो
देख कर नहीं चल सकता।
ये कृष्णा का सुंदर शिशु किस घर में है? धन्यवाद।
ये तो देवलोक की कोई अप्सरा जान पड़ती है।
सच में मैंने आज तक इतनी सुंदर नारी नहीं देखी।
देखो तो कैसा प्यारा है।
मुझे भी देखने दो ना।
बहुत ही खूबसूरत है।
बहुत प्यारा है।
हाँ, बहुत सुंदर।
क्या आप तीनों लोगों की देवी हैं? क्या आप कृष्ण को आशीर्वाद देने आई हैं? कौन है आप? और आपका मेरे घर आगमन कैसे हुआ?
मैं देवलोक की वासिनी हूँ। मेरे स्तन का पान करके आपका पुत्र अमर और महाशक्तिशाली हो जाएगा। ये बालक तो सच में कोई अद्भुत शक्ति लगती है। मुझे स्वयं की रक्षा करते हुए इसे बहुत सावधानी से मारना होगा।
मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है कि ये समस्त सृष्टि की पालिनी देवी पार्वती हैं। ये अवश्य ही कोई देवी हैं जिनका दूध मेरे कृष्ण को और भी अधिक शक्ति प्रदान करेगा।
बस जी भर के दूध पियो मेरे लाल, क्योंकि इसके बाद तुम्हें कभी भूख नहीं लगेगी। नहीं, ये तुम क्या कर रहे हो? छोड़ो मुझे, छोड़ो मुझे, छोड़ो, बचाओ, बचाओ।
इतनी बड़ी राक्षसी कृष्णा कहाँ है? वो रहा।
अब तो मानती हो ना यशोदा?
So when Putana came, how she looked there? Very attractive. So all the Rajasic pleasures are very attractive, like Putana in the beginning. Huh? So, but devotees of the Lord should have the eyes to be able to see that. Huh? Eventually, it will become. She will show the ugly form. Huh? Same thing Shurpanakha also did, correct? No? She came very beautiful in the beginning. Huh? So, in the same manner, here it says here, the happiness which is derived from the contact of the senses with their objects, which appears like nectar at first, but poison at the end. So I made some notes which I will share with you about the masturbation. See here. Read one of you, read it.
Masturbation, the scientific and medical consensus From the perspective of mainstream allopathic medicine, masturbation is not considered an inherently harmful or detrimental activity.
Yeah, this is what any doctor will tell you when you go, it's quite normal, amongst youth. You can release as much semen as you want, no problem. Be happy, behave. So many boys go, hey, these brahmacharis are fanatical fellows. I think these are reading this Vedas. They are reading this Puranas and all this, something religious they are talking. And religion says opposite to modern medical science. Doctors are saying it's quite normal, they are saying. So these fellows are unnecessarily restricting us in youth. Like that they may say, correct, no? Go ahead.
Major medical organizations, including the American Medical Association and the World Health Organization, generally classify it as a normal, healthy part of human sexual development.
Yeah, because it gives you happiness, pleasure, and relief. You feel very happy. It's quite normal. Why do you say we're bad? Huh? Yeah, there is no.
There is no standard medical evidence to support the idea that the physical act itself causes physical degeneration, hormonal imbalance, or loss of energy in the body.
After reading this, boys will be dancing. Oh, wonderful. Have 10 times a day, no problem. Correct now, you may feeling. Now see what they will say. Subsequently, you see. Huh?
When concerns arise,
Where concerns arise. Huh? Just like many of the advertisements, they will put to an asterisk and say conditions apply. अभी आने वाला है क्या condition पढ़ो अभी. Read now ahead.
while the act is medically
Benign means it's all right. It's normal. No problem.
benign, the focus for youth often shifts from action to the psychology of the habit. The detrimental effects.
Detrimental.
Detrimental effects.
Detrimental means bad side. The bad side, you have observe. What is it?
You observe in your mentoring are typically linked to compulsive sexual behavior disorder.
They call it as a CSBD. Compulsive sexual behavior. It's a very technical term. Simply put, what is compulsive sexual behavior? Once you do it, then your mind compels you to do it again and again. Just like I told you, smoking. Boom! It takes you up. But then it gives you depression, so you are forced to go for a second cigarette. Then go for a third cigarette. Then 1 packet, 2 packet, 3 packet, 5 packet, 8 packets a day. That is how it becomes a compulsive sexual. It becomes a compulsive means you will be pushed to do it and you cannot say no to it. Like that. Whether it's smoking, drinking, drugs, those are bad habits. In the same manner, this habit also leads to compulsive behavior. Yeah, yes, go ahead.
Which is recognized as a mental health condition in the ICD-11.
It is a mental problem. See here, once you get into this compulsive sexual behavior disorder, that means he's a patient. One cannot give it up. Go ahead.
The harm, therefore, does not come from physiology of ejaculation.
See, physiology of ejaculation means somebody is putting the hand in the genitals and rubbing it and releasing the semen. That is physiology of ejaculation. He says the problem doesn't come from there, but it comes from where? Read.
But from the
maladaptive
psychological and behavioral patterns that develop around it.
Exactly. From there it begins. It causes a psychological maladaptive behavior, which they are explaining now below.
For college students, these issues usually manifest the following ways. Loss of cognitive control. When masturbation is used as a primary mechanism to cope with stress, anxiety, or boredom, it can create a cycle of dopamine seeking.
See, what is dopamine? Dopamine is a kind of hormone which gives a kick of pleasure. Just like cocoa chocolate you put in the mouth, it gives a pleasure, instant pleasure. That is like a dopamine. So when you do masturbation, it gives a dopamine effect. And the result of that is you want more and more of it. Correct, no? Yeah.
This often diminishes the brain's ability to engage in disciplined, long-term cognitive tasks.
For your studies, what do you need? You need a disciplined, long-term cognitive task, and that will be damaged by masturbation. See, they are themselves saying that. This is such a foolish thing. WHO and all these people saying, it's quite all right, quite normal. Yes, it's like normally all are fools, they're saying. We are living in a fool's paradise. सब लोग कर सकते हैं. फिर क्या आपका बुद्धि भ्रष्ट हो जाएगा बस. That's all. Otherwise, it's सब ठीक है, like that they are saying. And your brain's ability to engage in a disciplined, long-term cognitive task will be affected. Go ahead.
Which is likely where
Your observation of detrimental effects find its strongest evidence.
Yes. And then?
Emotional regulation issues. If a student relies on sexual release to self soothe, they may fail to develop healthy emotional regulational skills. This can lead to a state of emotional fragility, where the individual feels unable to manage academic or social pressure without resorting to the habit.
See, another thing. They're saying that means you have poor emotional regulation skill, which means when your emotion regulation skill is poor, the result is you cannot control lust, anger, greed. These are the emotions, bad emotions. You will not be able to control them. Then what will happen? One will want to, connect with different girls. One girl you try, then second girl you try. After this, you may want to go for different people. Plus, yeah, lust, by similarly anger, you become very angry for small things also. And whenever you become depressed, you will go for this in order to get rid of the depression. So emotionally, you become strong or fragile. You become very fragile, yeah. Vulnerable. Go ahead.
Displacement of priorities. The determinant of
Detriment. Detriment means
of
degradation. Yeah, degradation is often.
detriment is often practical. Time that could be spent on deep work, physical exercise, or social connection is consumed by masturbation, leading to procrastination and precept of the brain fog or lack of motivation.
This also leads to lack of motivation. Like, for example, you are not doing physical exercise, you are not doing deep college study or some Bhagavad Gita or something. You are not connecting socially with people. You go into your room and be alone, and it puts a cloud, a brain fog, and you postpone your studies, postpone other things. These are results of masturbation, he's saying. Now he is giving one by one what are the effects. Although in the beginning he said it's all right. And then, okay, those are mentor. How do they have to explain the mind management angle? Read that. Understanding dopamine loops. Go ahead.
The student's brain reward system is being hijacked. The neural
Your brain is going to be hijacked by this activity. Now they are saying now. Why don't you say it in the beginning? It is correct now. Now you're saying, सिर्फ आपका बुद्धि भ्रष्ट हो जाएगा बाकी सब ठीक है, no problem. That's what they are saying.
the neuroscience of why easy hits of dopamine like compulsive masturbation or excessive digital consumption make long-term high-effort goals like studying or physical training
See, this
feel
studying
less.
your college subjects or your exercises and all, these are long-term, high-effort goals. Why long-term? Daily, if a person is doing yoga asanas, he has a healthy body. Correct, no? Or if every day somebody is jogging, you can keep the body fit. If you're going to eat all kinds of junk foods, you become more and more obese. Body growing in all four directions. You've seen that? Correct, no? Suddenly one day you have to exercise, will it go away? No. That's why he's saying long-term, high effort. Similarly, college studies also. In 1 year you study 1 day. Is it enough? You have to study regularly, day after day, month after month, isn't it like that? So that is why those activities which require long-term, high-effort goals, they feel what do you feel about them? Read that.
Like compels
No.
less appealing by comparison.
They feel less appealing. That means your study becomes very less appealing to mind. बाद में कर सकते हैं. You put your studies aside. The studies become less appealing. You don't want to do exercise. You don't want to study. The long term, he's saying, long term, high effort activities are less appealing because of this habit. But those are the habits which are going to make you strong. Next.
Reframing the habit. View of discipline
View the discipline of sexual energy
as a form of energy conservation or mastery of self. Many students respond better to the challenge of mastery and personal excellence than to message based solace on morality of health scarce scarce tactics.
See what he is saying, if you tell people it is moral to not do masturbation, or it is moral Otherwise, your health will be spoiled. If you say like that, they will not agree, he says. Instead, you present it to the students as it's a mastery and personal excellence to not do masturbation. I say, bolo. Like that is saying, basically. Okay, you say whatever you want, but the facts have to be presented. Correct, no? How many of you are understanding what you are talking? I think they prefer which language they prefer?
They can understand.
They understand.
Little scientific.
Yeah, they are little scientific. You can tell in Telugu briefly what I said till now. Just a summary of it. Give the mic to him.
Yeah, I have project. So basically project చెప్తున్నారు అంటే వాళ్ళు బయటకు చెప్పడానికి అంత బాగుందని అంటారు. నో ప్రాబ్లం, ఎన్నిసార్లు నేను మాస్టర్బేషన్ చేయొచ్చు అంటారు. బట్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే తర్వాత నువ్వు స్టడీ మీద ఫోకస్ చేయలేవు, ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేయలేవు, మైండ్ హైజాక్ అయిపోతుంది. అంటే మైండ్ నీ మాట వినదు. సో అన్ని రకాలుగా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. మళ్ళీ మాటిమాటికి చేయాలనిపిస్తుంది అనమాట. దేని మీద ఫోకస్ అనేది ఉండదు. సో ఈ రకంగా వాళ్ళు బయటకు చెప్పట్లేదు. కాకపోతే తర్వాత కాన్సిక్వెన్సెస్ మీరు పరిణామాలు కనుక చూసినట్లయితే ఏం చెప్తున్నారు? అన్ని కూడా చెడు అనే చెప్తున్నారు కదా. చెడు అని చెప్తున్నారు, కాకపోతే మైండ్ పని చేయదని చెప్తున్నారు తర్వాతకి.
Therefore, I told the story of that ghee. 5 kilo ghee and 50,000 money or 5 beating. So out of the three, which was most appealing?
Ghee.
Correct, no? Similarly, this habit also appears very appealing in the beginning, but eventually it gives you danda. Correct, no? Yeah, correct, no? That is the point. And here you see the comparative analysis I made. What comparison? Between substance use and masturbation. Okay? Substance use like drugs, alcohol, smoking, all these things are, substance use we call it. And masturbation on the right side. He is saying masturbation is far more dangerous than smoking, drinking and drugs. Why? Because smoking, drinking and drugs affects your body, whereas masturbation affects your psychology, he is saying. Now you can see that. Read it. You only read it, yeah.
External chemical introduction, neurotransmitter mimicry, CSBD, internal activation of the neural reward system. Primary risk, physiological toxicity, organ damage and physical dependency.
The bodily parts get affected. Like for example, if you smoke the cigarette, lungs are affected. If you drink liquor, liver is affected like that. That's what he's saying. Physiological toxicity, organ damage and all happens. On the other side,
psychological or cognitive erosion and shame loop cycles.
Just see. So it affects your psychology. That means smoking, drinking, drugs affects body and masturbation affects mind. It affects mind. Which is more dangerous? That's what you're saying. Yeah, yes. Go ahead.
Withdrawal, marked by acute physical symptoms, tremors, nausea, seizures. CSBD, marked by intense psychological cravings and emotional irritability.
Yes, see, it increases craving. You know what is craving? Craving means want more and more. Like once you indulge in this habit, you feel like doing again and again. And the more you do, psychologically will become very weak, irritable, vulnerable like that. Yeah.
Tolerance, requires higher dose of the substance to achieve the same effect. Requires higher intensity, frequency or novelty of stimulation to reach satisfaction.
Yeah. Then one goes for higher and higher intensity of masturbation habit and more frequently he does to reach satisfaction, but that satisfaction never comes because it only increases craving and goes away. Just like, for example, if you are very thirsty, somebody gives you 1 drop of water, you drink it, what will happen? It will only increase craving. Give me more. But the promise is more. For example, you're in a desert, you find one helicopter is coming, a big poster is put outside, fresh, cooling, Bistari waters. And then the helicopter is going around the head. You're seeing like this. Please come down. It looks like there are 1,000 bottles of Bistari. But then they come and stop in front of you. They open the door and come and they bring only 1 bottle. And 1 bottle also only 1 drop only. And they show you, like Charanamrit, only 1 drop. Take it. They give you 1 drop and then he goes back. How will you feel? So that is the problem in this. This habit increases the craving and goes away. And that is why people become depressed. Go ahead.
Social or moral impact, often stigmatized by public health risk. Example, intoxication. Often stigmatized by internal guilt, moral conflict and isolation.
Actually, why that guilt comes, these foolish fellows don't know. Actually, the guilt is an inbuilt mechanism God has kept. When you do something wrong, you feel guilty. For example, if you steal money, do you feel normal? Some guilt comes. You will see here and there when you steal. Why that guilt is kept? Because the activity is a wrong activity. Same with masturbation also. When one does, why you feel guilty? Something wrong there because it is not healthy for the body. Correct? And the mind also. Yeah. Yeah, there are more. Read the red ones. It's a cognitive versus chemical dependence.
Yes.
In drug or alcohol addiction, the body often needs the substance to function. Physiological dependence. That means once a boy takes drug, he will again and again want to take drug. And he becomes so mad that he will loot other boys' pocket, and with that money he will purchase drug. You will see that. So he becomes physiologically dependent. And similarly, in compulsive sexual behavior, what happens? The dependency is primarily psychological and behavioral. The brain has learned to map relief from stress to a specific sexual ritual. Mind thinks that if I do masturbation, I can relieve my stress. Like that, the mind thinks. And now you read that.
From a mind management perspective, this makes CSBD theoretically
CSBD is
easier.
the compulsive sexual, that is masturbation.
Yes. Theoretically easier to dismantle because there is no physical chemical withdrawal to manage. But it is harder because the stimulus, the mind, and the body's natural capacity for arousal is always accessible. It requires developing internal discipline, whereas substance recovery requires environmental management.
See now what he's saying now. How many have understood this? You understood it? Unless you listen to every statement. See what he's saying. Theoretically, masturbation appears to be easier to dismantle. It looks like that. And because there is no any chemical withdrawal like, drugs or smoking or drinking like that. But the truth is, he's saying it is harder. He says, masturbation is more harder to give up. Why? Because the stimulating agent, which is, the mind and the body are with you, and it is easily accessible to you. See, drug, for you to buy, you have to spend money. And nobody will give you free cigarette or free liquor bottle. But your genitals are with you always. Correct, now? And you think it is easily available, accessible for you. So naturally, you will try to go for it. Therefore, in order to stop this activity, what he says, you need internal discipline. Internal means, koi bahar wala pakadne wala nahi hai aapko. No outside person is going to catch you. You need what discipline? Internal discipline. Whereas substance recovery requires environmental management. That means, like sometimes father, mother, what they do, they take a boy away from drug peddlers and keep him in home and lock him up. Then he cannot get, that is environmental management. They will not allow him to buy cigarette or drug or anything. Whereas in this case, nobody can do that. You think it's easily accessible and approachable for me, I can enjoy. And because of that, you will degrade, and your mind will become extremely fragile. Psychologically, you become depressed and you feel guilty. And over a period of time, physical, mental, all awareness goes down. That's what he's saying. Yeah. The argument is,
You are spending your mental capital on instant gratification.
See, here he's saying, for substances, the argument is you are destroying the vessel required for your future. What is the vessel? Body. Yeah. Whereas for cognitive, for this masturbation, argument is what? Read that.
The argument is you are spending your mental capital on instant gratification, leaving you bankrupt when you need to solve complex problems or pursue high-level goals.
That means, yes, you can masturbate as much as you want, but your studies is fat, your spiritual life is fat, your whole life is fat, finished. Good for nothing, because you are not anymore meant for high-level goals. And you can't solve complex problems. You become a dull head. How many of you want to become a dull head? You want to become? Yeah. That's what he says. You become a dullard. Duffer, we call it. Huh? You become a duffer. Your sharpness, your focus, your intelligence, everything is gone. Because you are spending a mental capital on instant gratification. Leaving you bankrupt, he's saying. Which you need for solving complex problems and pursue high-level goals. Yeah. So, I showed this to you because you should know, as he says in this. Read that again.
That happiness which is derived from contact of the senses with their objects.
So what is the senses with the objects? Like your hand is a sense, object is a genitals. When you bring them in contact, which appears like nectar in the beginning. You think it gives pleasure, but eventually it will become poison at the end. So, thoda akal chahiye samjhne ke liye. You need some brain at least. Unfortunately, people doing masturbation, they have no brain only. So they can't understand only. Even if you try to explain. You go to any doctor, he will say, oh, it's normal. In this age, everybody is doing, you also do. Because he's a Buddha. He has no brain himself. Because the Vedas are very deep. Vedas don't see immediate effect. They will see long-ranging consequences. They see that. It looks like nectar in the beginning, but it turns to poison. On the other hand, there's another sloka Krishna says here. We'll read that. I'll read this. Yattadagre vishamiva pariname amritopamam tat sukham satvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. Yeah. Read this.
That which in the beginning may be just like poison, but at the end is just like nectar, and which awakens one to self-realization, is said to be happiness in the mode of goodness.
Yeah. So the spiritual activities are a little difficult in the beginning because you have to rise early in the morning, isn't it? You have to sleep early and you have to chant 16 rounds, sit in one place. This looks little painful in the beginning, but if one is ready to do this, then the mind becomes focused. So you will see that how the mind becomes focused.
The scriptures teach that to attain
My great-grandfather.
Nothing is impossible. Not far from here flows the Yamuna River. On its banks lies a sacred forest called Madhuvan. Go there. That place is extremely secluded and sacred. Sit there with patience and begin to meditate on the Supreme Lord.
Narada taught him the science of Astanga Yoga, including various sitting postures and the 3 types of pranayama or breath control that would be most suitable for him. After preparing his body and learning to control his mind through breath regulation, he was instructed to meditate on Lord Vishnu within his heart. Narada explained the process of meditating on Lord Vishnu in great detail and described his form. He also taught him how to create a deity of Lord Vishnu and offer flowers, fruits, and water from the Yamuna.
O son of the king, chant this 12-syllable Krishna mantra constantly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Oh, my dear son Dhruva, how cruel a father I am to have banished you to the forest. There are tigers, lions, packs of hungry wolves, and venomous snakes everywhere. How will you survive?
Please don't worry, Maharaj Uttanapad, because Dhruva has taken shelter of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is protecting him.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Oh, Narada, I am no longer able to function as a king. day and night. I am consumed with sorrow and guilt, thinking of Dhruva. Please ask him to come back to his father.
Maharaj Uttanapad, your son is the epitome of determination. He will return only after receiving the darshan of Lord Vishnu.
Meanwhile, in Madhuban, Dhruva had completely detached himself from everything. During the first month in the Madhuban forest, he would eat only every 3 days, consuming just some fruits or berries. During the second, he would eat some dried grass or leaves every 6 days. During the third month, he would drink a little water from the Yamuna river every 9 days. All the while, he was completely engrossed day and night, practically giving up sleep and focusing his mind entirely on meditating on Lord Vishnu. By the 4th month, Dhruva, through his guru's grace and sincere effort, had gained complete control over his mind and senses. When one sincerely follows the guru's guidance, Krishna grants.
Third, go to your guru, take the mantra, and then restrain your eating, sleeping habits. Don't, indulge the senses, restrain the senses like a tortoise withdrawing the senses, correct now? And then he was chanting the holy name regularly. In this way, gradually he brought the mind and senses under control.
Strength beyond one's own. Dhruva needed to breathe only once every 12 days. During the 5th month, he stood on one leg without even breathing, motionless like a pillar, day and night, his mind and senses completely internalized, worshipping the Paramatma Vishnu.
After controlling the mind and senses, you can see, look at his eyes. He has a yogi's eyes, unwavering eyes, because he has gained the control of the mind and senses. It's called Chapaladrik means one whose eyes are always chasing after women, beautiful women. Where is a beautiful woman? Where is a woman? But when you become controlled in mind and senses, even in the presence of beautiful woman, you are not attracted. You are able to not only withdraw them, mind and senses, but we withdrew them from the external world and went to the internal world. In internal world, what you see? The soul, super soul, loving relationship. Now he started seeing Lord in the heart. Yeah.
Within his heart. Because he was carrying the Lord himself in his heart. Uttanapada's delicate 5-year-old son Dhruva could press the earth down with the force of his toe. Because Dhruva was holding his breath, he was suffocating the entire universe. The demigods were confused and did not understand what was happening. Brahma, Shiva, and all the devatas approached Lord Vishnu for help. Then Lord Vishnu said,
"That is my Dhruva. He is meditating on me. Go back to your abodes, and I will grant him everything he desires."
जब भात तड़प कर पुकारे व्याकुल होकर वैकुंठ से गरुड़ पर सवार हो आते हो जब भक्त तड़प कर पुकारे व्याकुल होकर वैकुंठ से गरुड़ पर सवार हो आते हो दर्शन देने को प्रभु तुरंत दौड़े चले आते हो।
Oh Lord, where have you gone? I feel I have lost you.
Open your eyes, Dhruva.
प्रभु दर्शन को मैं तरसा था आज आप सामने आ गए।
You can see how Dhruva's mind, senses, intelligence, all have become one-pointed on the Lord. He's become completely nourished and satisfied by Lord's darshan. How do you know that? Because there's no more hankering in Dhruva. Even you tell the Lord now that I came for a kingdom and now I have no more desire for that. So in ISKCON also, we should know those people who have served like our gurus, disciples of Prabhupada, 50 years or 55, 60 years. They have become completely one-pointed. Otherwise, it's not possible to continue like this. Because if they had any other taste, you go in the direction where your taste is. Correct? Naturally, you will run back to Maya. But you can see they're focused. Dhruva became focused.
कृतज्ञ हूँ मैं आपके चरणों में, जीवन मेरा सफल हो गया। हृदय
Dhruva so deeply wished to offer prayers, to glorify the Lord, and to express his gratitude. Yet, he had never learned how to pray. He was only a small 5-year-old child. Lord Vishnu, who resides in everyone's heart, understood his desire.
And senses, and when inwardly he sent them, and then he saw Lord Vishnu. Now later on, Lord Vishnu came in front of him. He got darshan of Lord Vishnu. Now not just darshan, the Lord cleared all his ignorance, and he became bright-faced. He became flooded with spiritual effulgence. And now he says that all my senses became enlivened spiritually. And now he will be speaking streams of Sanskrit poetry, although he never had even Aksharabhyas in a Gurukula also. You see, that's a blessing he gets.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
In this way, he offered various prayers in glorification of the Supreme Lord, which are recorded in the Srimad Bhagavatam for all time to come.
Dhruva, you have come to the forest because you wish to obtain a kingdom greater than that of your father, grandfather, and all your ancestors. I dwell within your heart. I know your desire very well. Because of your austerities, I will fulfill your wish.
Oh my lord, I came to this forest seeking the broken pieces of glass of material acquisition. But I have achieved the rare jewel of transcendental loving service for you. Now I desire nothing else, only to love you and remain engaged in your service.
My dear Dhruva, I know that you no longer have any material desires in your heart, but I will still fulfill the wish for which you had come to the forest in search of me. When your father becomes detached and leaves the kingdom, you will become the king and will rule this earth for 36,000 years. After that, you will attain Dhruvaloka, the abode I have personally created for you. It is not material, but spiritual. My own realm, eternal and full of bliss. Dear Dhruva, now you should return to your kingdom.
मैं तो ढूंढ रहा था टूटे कांच के टुकड़े, पर पाया मैंने अनमोल रतन। अब मन मेरा है पूर्ण संतुष्ट, प्रभु ना मांगू कुछ और अब मैं। जो मिला है तुम्हारे चरणों में, वो सब सुखों से बढ़कर है। अब ना कोई चाह ना कोई आस, केवल नाम तुम्हारा मुख पर है।
Is over. Let us go with the king to welcome him.
संतुष्ट प्रभु ना मांगू कुछ और अब मैं। जो मिला है तुम्हारे चरणों में, वो सब सुखों से बढ़कर है।
So, you saw Dhruva? So, Dhruva is our hero, whom we want to follow. He's a sense control fellow, huh? Mind control fellow, sense control fellow. And he had achieved perfection of bhakti in his life, seeing Lord eye to eye and getting Dhruvaloka and, winning the heart of the Lord and Narada. He was obedient to his mother, obedient to Narada, and attained all perfection. So Dhruva's life was easy in the beginning or difficult in the beginning? That's why he says it's like poison in the, in the beginning it may be just like poison, but at the end it became like nectar. Then it awakens one to self-realization. That's what Prabhupada is saying here. In the pursuit of self-realization, you have to follow many rules and regulations to control the mind. We avoid boyfriend, girlfriend and all. We avoid masturbation. We avoid, smoking, drinking, drugs and all these things. Why? Because then only you can control the mind and senses and concentrate the mind on the self. Correct, no? Like Dhruva did. So all these procedures are very difficult. They're bitter like poison. But if one is successful in following the regulations, and then comes to transcendental position. So I showed you what the allopathy doctors are saying. They are saying once if you do, once in a while it is all right. So one boy was asking, sir, little beer is all right, right? Only half, a quarter or half beer. But does it stop with quarter or half? Once you begin, then you want full, you want 2, you want 4, it keeps multiplying. So that is why devotees don't take any risk. They keep away from these bad habits. And then one can drink the real nectar, enjoys life. Any questions? Any questions, sir? Anything you remember? One point from the class?
Mike is here. If anyone wants to ask question, Mike is here.
If they don't have a question, they can speak a point from the class, what they remember very well. They liked.
మీకు ఏ ప్రశ్న లేకపోతే మీకు నచ్చిన పాయింట్ ఏదైనా షేర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ప్రశ్నలు ఉంటే బెస్ట్. నారాజ్ బ్రో ask question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Proji, for a wonderful class. So very nice. So Proji, so you have explained very nicely that how we can manage without distracting. But after hearing this class, so everybody feels, and myself also, everybody feels so this is the right way so that we can control. And but sometimes what happens, Prabhuji, after hearing also, when we go out or when we see outside things, so again mind cheats us. So how can we, because in office and college also, so we could see females.
You should every day morning when you get up, remind yourself, don't identify with your roles. Roles are changing. Like, one role you had was a baby. Are you a baby now? No. Then you are a boy, school going boy. Are you a boy now? No. Now you are a youth now. And this role is also temporary role. After some time, like for example, when we were small kids, we were treated like darling by parents, correct, no? But then now I grew up. Somebody called me Mama. Now I am even more grown up. Somebody calling me Dada. You gradually, your roles Change. It doesn't remain. So don't identify yourself with the changing roles. Don't think I'm an engineer. You're not an engineer. You're a servant of Krishna. Huh? But when you go to company, you should think, I am servant of Krishna. I'm serving in the role of a graduate engineering trainee. Now I am serving in the role of a son at home or a husband for a wife or whatever. These are temporary roles I am serving, but my permanent identity is I am servant of Krishna. When Hanuman was asked by Ravana, who are you? Hanuman never said, my name is Hanuman. What he said?
I'm Dasa.
Dasoham Kaushalendrasya, he said. Ramasya Aklishta Karmana. He said, I am servant of Rama, he said. That is his real identity. Because Hanuman always remembered that I am servant of Ram. He was always fixed in devotion service. Correct now? This is one of the ways, reminding ourselves time to time. Like you're going to college. In college, your soul or your body in college?
So
you're always soul only. Not that when you go to college, you become body. Huh? This body is always extraneous to the soul. No? So remember that I am a soul wandering here, and all these students are also souls. And somebody is doing nonsense. This soul is doing nonsense, he will go to hell. That soul is doing right thing, he will go to heaven. This soul is ready to chant Hare Krishna, he will go back to Godhead. So, and one soul is in the body of a dog in the street, you feel pity. I think this fellow did some mistake in the previous life. Poor soul, now he got a dog's body now. Somebody is in a tree's body. I think this fellow like Nalapur Manigiri got a tree's body. Huh? So when you see spiritually, it's called as Shastra Chakshu. So when we see the world around us from a spiritual drishtikon, from that outlook, then you will be spiritually very strong wherever you are. Yeah. But what happens is most of the boys, they identify them, I'm an engineer, they think. That engineering is that this life you are an engineer, past life you might have been a doctor also. And future life you may be a chartered accountant, correct, no? So you are not engineering is not your dharma. Your dharma is your Krishna Das. That is your dharma. So we have to iterate and remember our real identity, not to get polluted. That's one thing. Second thing, devotees of the Lord are very alert, avoid bad association. Like for example, one professor didn't come, bell is ringing, and then the boys hang around in group and start talking dirty things. What one should do? Immediately go to library. Go to the silent zone. Nobody will talk to you. Then 1 hour you can utilize very nicely. Do some reading, writing, learning. So devotees should spend time constructively. One should not waste time. If you happen to be in the class, not only they will pull you into bad talks and all, sometimes they may ridicule you also. And you may feel weak also by that. Why to waste time with people who are discouraging us? Better go to library and do something fruitful. One should avoid bad association. And also, one should know that the smartphone you are using, in case one is weak, one is spending too much time in scrolling and other things, then one should have a fixed time of the day to see. This time to this time, half an hour or 45 minutes only, I will see the phone. Other times, you keep it in the locker and lock it. Because out of sight, out of mind. Then, for example, I am sitting in this room. In my table of college, books and notebooks are only there. If the smartphone is deep inside in my locker, I'll be lazy to get up and get it. Therefore, you should lock it inside. Don't keep your college book and smartphone together. Because if you sit in a table, what is the first thing you will take?
Smartphone.
Yeah. So that is called as environmental design. So design the environment in such a way that it's far away from you. And what is important and good for like books that you keep in the front. So design your environment, avoid bad friends, don't waste a single moment. You utilize them every moment constructively. Be surrounded by good devotees and always remain in the identity of a servant of Krishna. And like Hanuman was remaining like that at every moment. Because other roles will fade away after some time. But the servant role will remain forever, eternally. And see everything with Shastra Chakshu. These are very simple tips to keep ourselves very spiritual.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the class, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, how to control involuntary ejaculation?
Yeah. Actually, that happens how? For that, you have to know the shloka. Dhyayato vishyan pumsaha sangasteshu bhajaya. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Kama, like that. So, these are steps. First step is one's mind is contemplating on some dirty object. Say, for example, some boy, girl is embracing, kissing, you see that. then you are contemplating on that, you're looking at them, then you also feel sexual agitation. You see that. Or sometimes the dogs are mating in the street, you see that. Then that causes sexual agitation when you look at that, when you contemplate on that. Or you got some cinema magazine in the college library or somewhere, you opened that, you saw that, some dirty picture, somewhere you saw that. Or you were scrolling, while scrolling some pop-up comes, some man-woman intimate activity. You clicked that by mistake, and then you saw something intimate. Immediately your mind gets agitated, lusty thoughts come. Then the semen, which is in a steam type of state, it becomes condensed, and then it becomes like viscous. Then it is stored in a pocket, and the pocket keeps building up. When the pocket builds up certain level, in the night there is involuntary ejaculation. That's how it comes. So what we should do is to never allow the evaporated state steam like semen, to turn into viscous semen. For that, we have to cut at the root. What is the root? Jayata Vishayam, contemplation. And that level you have to cut. Therefore, in the current day and age, I have understood cutting at the root means the first thing is this YouTube and scrolling Instagram. That brings garbage all over the world. That is one of the very first things one should curb. Not watch. You should put a parental control, where there is no possibility of watching them. They won't come. One boy told me he deleted only Instagram. He said, "Roji, हमको risk नहीं चाहिए. I don't want any risk. That is safe." So avoid them. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you go to college, everywhere nowadays, boys, girls are roaming around because Kali Yuga is now increasing now. They are doing dirty activities. So we can mostly keep ourselves inside the room, do our reading, writing. Unnecessarily, we should not move around. If you want to buy something in the market, go cut to purchase and come back. Don't hang around in areas where you will get to see dirty sights. Like one time I was in one temple. Morning I told them that I have some 5-6 rounds to chant. Can you take me to park? So they took me in a car to the park. As soon as I entered the park, I saw some lovebirds sitting. Two here, two there, two there. Immediately I told them, hey, take me in the car back to temple. So the park is very beautiful. Just like Narada had to see Nalakur Manigriv. Like that, you found these people there. Then we left again. So if that ambience is not favorable, we should not go there. It's not very good for us. So avoid a bad environment and come to a holy environment. Avoid bad friendships, bad association who talk vulgar words, dirty things they talk and do. So avoid them and have good friendships of devotees. Avoid bad habits and cultivate pure spiritual habits. So these three things, environment, friends, and habits. When we change, then you will see that after doing all these things, still due to the Purva Janma Vasanas, some masturbation is happening, or night, you are losing semen or something like that once in a while. Don't become too much morose by that. You understand that, unfortunately, it is happening now. I'll be more careful. Next day, you chant 4 more rounds. Instead of 16, you chant 20 rounds. Now read more, hear more. Because a good strain, when you put a break here, it stops there. Correct, no? Because of inertia. So therefore, like fan also, when you switch off, it doesn't stop instantly. It gradually stops. But over a period of time, it is possible to give up these bad habits by increasing sattva guna and reducing rajaguna, tamaguna. Your room should be very clean. Dress should be clean. Bedding should be clean. And there should be no tamasic items. So when tamasic, rajasic are removed, your body will be clean. You take 2-3 baths in a day. Keep yourself very fresh and chant the holy name and take darshan of the deities, bow down. Have a habit of memorizing shlokas. Keep reciting them. So these are holy activities which will increase your purity. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yeah. Any recollection from the class? Any of you? Any striking points? You can recollect 1 or 2 points, because I want to be sure that you captured some of the vital points. I think some points are vital, but I want to check whether anybody remembered those vital points.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the class. Prabhuji, తెలుగులో చెప్తాను.
తెలుగు.
ప్రభుజీ, బ్యాడ్ అసోసియేషన్ ఫ్రెండ్ అయితే అవాయిడ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఒకవేళ మన ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబరే సిన్ఫుల్ యాక్టివిటీస్ అని చేస్తున్నారు అనుకోండి, ఒకవేళ మనం దూరం పెడితే ఎక్స్ట్రీమ్ ఇజం వల్ల వాళ్ళు సూసైడ్ కమిట్ అవుతున్నారు. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయొచ్చు?
One of the family members is going sinful. Is it like extramarital practice?
ఒకవేళ దూరం పెడితే, మనము దూరంగా ఉంటాం, ఆ పర్సనే సూసైడ్ కమిట్ అవుతున్నారు.
You are the only son? You are the only huh?
నాన్న
Correct. No, what I'm asking is father, mother, and son. Only one son only, or others are there?
Sister.
But she will get married and go. Actually, one of the fears parents have is, if I have only one son, and if he is showing a lot of interest in spirituality, tomorrow he will become a monk. That is their fear.
నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇయర్స్గా ఈ సిన్ఫుల్ అడిక్షన్స్కి అలవాటయ్యి స్మోకింగ్, డ్రింకింగ్ వద్దని చెప్పినా ఆపరు. పైగా మన ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్స్ అందరినీ మెంటల్గా, ఫిజికల్గా హరాస్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. మనం దూరంగా ఉండడానికి ట్రై చేస్తే సూసైడ్ కమిట్.
He is indulging in bad habits. When you tell him to stop it, he will say, I'll commit suicide. So for that, what we should do, see, there are two different type of habits. Tobacco should be suddenly given up. It can't be gradually given up. But there are other habits which have to be gradually given up. So he will require a good doctor who can help. Because for these, that's why I told you in the beginning of the class, it takes them up, boom, comes down. So if you tell him to stop, if he feels better, die only. Like that, they feel like that. You understand? No? So, but at the same time, you have to give him a higher taste. So one thing you could do is to bring him to ISKCON temple, take darshan, give him prasad, meet the devotees. You tell him, you smoke, drink, whatever you want, you do, no problem. But along with that, you can keep coming here. So when the higher taste develops on his own, he'll give up. Correct, no? There are some people in South India who cannot give up coffee, tea. No? But later on, after 4 or 5 years, they give up. So you should give him higher taste now. That's the only solution. Yeah. Any recollection from the class, anybody?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
The happiness comes from the material things. It's like the starting, it will be sweet nectar, and at the end, it will be poison.
Exactly. Correct. And what is the example for that?
Example like the ghee example and cigarette example, and the sense intercourse enjoy between the man and woman, and at the end they will divorce and they will go opposite direction.
Yeah. One is the divorce. If they marry, they will divorce. But even before marriage, as I told you, your girl's expectation from a boy is not so much physical. She is more concerned about money, facilities. Prabhupada says a girl wants a man who can supply her a good house, car, and a nice bank balance, nice dress to wear, nice ornaments. And he has the potency to maintain her all her life. That's her expectation. And a boy's expectation from a girl is sex life. So he wants that physical touch, enjoyment. So they have two different expectations. So if the boy is exhausting all the money to her and no more money, she will think he's useless fellow. That's like a tree had fruits. Now fruits are over. The bird will leave the tree and go away. She goes. So that hankering the boy gets, that leads to depression, that leads to suicidal thoughts, that leads to poor academic performance. Everything is ruined. So in this way, many boys, I'm not telling you stories, you can see with your own eyes. You can see. Yeah. Thank you. Anybody else? Here, one more point.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, actually, I will say one thing from today's class. So the fan is rotating due to electricity. So when we on manually a switch, the fan will be rotated. So to do any bad things or unnecessary things, our body will do that things due to getting the idea from the mind. So one day we'll get one idea to do something bad like that. So we have to tell to the mind that we are not the right person to do this thing. One day it will be hard. So slowly after few days, the mind will conclude itself, this body will not do this type of things. We are not the right person to do that. So due to some other thing I want to say. So actually everyone think to, before knowing that, everyone think to do masturbation like that. So we are releasing unnecessary thing from our body and getting loose of our energy.
And today I have not told you anything about Ayurveda. Today whatever I spoke was only about modern day medical opinion. And according to Rig Veda, it says Maranam Bindu Patanad, Jivanam Bindu Rakshanat. It says if you release semen regularly, you are approaching death more faster. And if you protect the semen, you are postponing the death, it says.
So, Prabhu, so
Yeah.
those who are.
Yeah.
So I will tell one thing, Prabhu. So we are releasing unnecessary things. Those who want to release that type of thing. So actually, in our human body, through nervous system, the blood will also flow in the same way. So once try to release that blood from our body. So then you will come to know the pain, how it will be. So then after facing this, you try to release that masturbation.
Correct, yeah.
Thank
So
you.
sometimes people learn by experience. Like good intelligent devotee means learn by only hearing. Some people hear and they see the others' lives. Oh, see this fellow, he went in this wrong direction, smoked, drunk, and everything is suffering. So I don't want to do that. By seeing, they learn. Some learn by hearing, some learn by seeing, some learn by experiencing, some don't learn even our experiencing also. They don't learn. So, but intelligent devotees are those who learn only by hearing. And they have faith in Lord's words. Like, some of the boys who come for our classes, they will say, hey, these ISKCON devotees are restricting you too much. We will not join the voice. We will live in the hostel and we'll enjoy life. But how long they will enjoy? Wait and watch. Because their enjoyment will be short-lived. Though they will be jumping up and down for 2 days. After that, they will suffer. Whereas those who come here, those who restrain the senses and mind like Dhruva, then Dhruva got long-term happiness. So you want a long-term everlasting happiness or you want a 2-day happiness? That's the whole point. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful class. So, Prabhuji also explained scientifically how even means many doctors suggest masturbation, but in long term, they get different disorders from the problem of the mind. You said CSBD, so sexual disorder behavior. So, due to this bad habit, not only one's mind is disturbed, but even emotional circle and emotional connections with other people, they are also very much getting disturbed, and even long term focus on studies.
Yes.
So, to achieve goals.
This is the main point of the class. One Haribol for him. Haribol. So, even I used to think wrongly before that smoking, drinking, drugs is more dangerous than masturbation. I used to think. Now I changed my understanding after reading this because they're saying smoking, drinking, drugs affects only the body, whereas masturbation affects the mind. It's more dangerous. And for example, smoking, drinking, drugs, for that you need to do environmental design. Like parents, what they do, they restrict a boy from smoking, drinking, drugs and all by putting him in a rehabilitation hospital. Whereas masturbation is more difficult to avoid because when you're alone, nobody can control you. Repeatedly, you will do that action again and again and then degrade yourself psychologically. That's the point he's making. Yeah. So, I heard that now there are 15 devotees staying here.
Yeah.
What is the name of the college here? Acha. MBSR. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's the only college or one more college also is there? These students belong to which college?